today we are celebrating the International Women's Day with the amazing group of women behind the scenes of Cambridge Markets events. Today we have Beck, Maddie and Mitch. Hello girls.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Tell us a little bit of your story.
We started back in 2015. My daughters were at Vaucluse Public School. It's got beautiful grounds, and I was doing the fundraising for the school. I had previously had experience in event management and PR, as had Beck, and I did the fundraiser there, which was called Country Carnival, and I realised that it was very popular with not only the families from Vaucluse Public School but the wider Vaucluse community. And my mother also used to take me to a Christmas market in Darling Point called the Lindsay Christmas Fair. And I really thought, what a great idea, because I had young children, and I thought, you can go and do a one-stop shop in this lovely market and support small businesses. And I thought, what a great idea. And so Beck had some changes in her personal life and was looking for work. And I too, my husband said I had to go back to work, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to work for anyone. And so I said to Beck, why don't you come and join me? Let's do a Christmas market at Vaucluse Public School. And it started from there. Then we picked up Cronulla, which actually started at Kurnell, but it was so massive they moved us to Cronulla. We picked up Ryde, Wharf Market, and yeah, we've just been picking up markets ever since. So it has grown organically, but it was a great small business for us to establish, because we could work for ourselves while our kids were still at school and work around those hours and our commitments to our children. So it's that's how it all started. We have a formula of how we market it. We do certain things to market a market. Flyers, banners, what's on sites, council sites, digital, social, EDMs, which are newsletters, because we've got a database now. Our socials have grown, hugely. We also share in Facebook groups in the different communities that we go into, because that's a really great way to get word out there. Mums groups, things like that. Just really grassroots. We advertise in Concrete Playground. We do that, but it's not a limitless budget. We have to be careful, because there's only a certain amount that we can of the money that we're making from the market that we can spend on this, but we push it as far as we can and do as much as we can to get the word out there and
maximise the reach on the limited budget.
on a limited budget, exactly.
And
I think that works well, and we know what to do, because Beck and I have had that background of being in marketing and publicity, so we know how to do it.
Now tell us, what do you love the most about doing these events, Cambridge Markets events?
Well, I love being involved, first and foremost for the people and the community and the environment, I guess. I mean, I'm working with women that I went to high school with.
Okay.
We all went to the same school.
And then I fell into it when I was made redundant from a big corporate job. My background is more in systems and process, so I came on board to help streamline their processes as they were growing. And I love that I'm working with friends, and I've got young children as well. It's afforded me flexibility for school, if I need to duck off to school events or whatnot. Like, did I mention there's parent-teacher night this afternoon? Well, I'm very lucky that the girls have given me the flexibility to work from home, to take the time that I need to take for my family, whether it's cooking or cleaning or washing or ducking off someone's forgotten something at school. But, fortunately, they're focused on the outcomes that that I put out rather than so it's about outcomes and getting done what we need to get done and putting in the hours wherever or whenever that might be, and that's around family time. Luckily I've got the flexibility, and the nature of the work has allowed that sort of to evolve the way it has, so very fortunate.
So there's a few things that come to mind. So we are an outdoor market company, and so our biggest challenge is the weather. And so as Mad said, we've been doing this for 10 years. There is no perfect way, as you would know, being a stallholder, to cancel a market and everybody be happy. Our policy is to not refund. If we refunded every time we had to cancel a market, we wouldn't be able to run a business.
It's not cancelled, postponed.
Yes. So the fairest way that we have worked out to do it is to give like for like. So if the rain comes, then we will offer another market. So, but then you get into situations where stalls say, I can't do that market, I want to do this market. So how long is a piece of string? So that, for us, that is the biggest challenge, is running an outdoor market and having a fair weather policy. And we feel like after 10 years, our policy is fair for everybody, but it's certainly not perfect. And we're upfront about it, but it does not get any easier. So for a store like yours, which is clothing, if you can't trade, you come to the next market. I'm not saying there aren't losses, but for a food stall that buys and prepares all their food, if you cancel the market, they have all of this waste of food. So after 10 years of doing that, it is not any easier for any of us to have to cancel a market. The second huge challenge that we have all the time is cash flow. So that's the same with any small business. When you cancel a market or postpone a market, there is big costs involved, and these are not things you can predict or pass on. No. The next challenge we've got is making sure a market is actually viable. We've got lots of beautiful stalls on our books, and there's lots of beautiful sites, but to keep a market going, a new market, Sydney is flooded with markets. You have a big choice every weekend. If you want to start a new regular market, it's actually very, very challenging. So Mad spoke about how we've both got backgrounds in marketing and publicity. That is a huge focus of our business because as I said, there's plenty of good markets around. If you want yours to stand out and you want people to keep coming back, then you have to let people know. So those, I think, would be our three biggest challenges. But the motivation is easy. I can honestly say I really love what I do, and so does Mad and so does Mitch. We all bring different skills to our business. Although we started the business, Matt and I, we'd be lost without Mitch. Matt and I are very much involved in big picture and marketing, but we had no systems. We used to write on the back of our hand and write on pieces of paper. And then Mitch came in and systemised. I mean, we couldn't, we don't just run a business, we run a company. We're responsible for, we have people working for us. Another motivation when Matt and I started is we loved food and organic food. Originally we thought we might run some just nice organic food markets. We're very interested in, I guess, the health industry. We love the people at markets too. We have joked about doing a reality TV show at markets. There's always interesting things that happen at markets.
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. And we support our families with our business. We also wanted to run a business where we were kind to people and fair to people. That was also important to us. And we do. We run a business that is kind and fair and honourable. We are a woman-led business in all aspects. and all the other market operators are men out there, so that's another point of difference.
Do you want to speak a little bit, what's the future of Cambridge markets events? How do you see Cambridge markets in the future? What's your main goal? What are you working towards to?
I think with the main goal is to just keep doing the markets, keep a very tight schedule that basically we run markets every weekend. We keep building on the ones that we have. We look at other opportunities. We're always looking at other opportunities, but we do get almost weekly someone emailing us saying we don't want to do a market here, we want to do a market there. But we have to go and we have to weigh up the fact whether it will be a successful market or not. And it's viable, exactly. Because now that we've been doing it for 10 years, we used to go, oh yeah, we'll just do one here, we'll do one there. But we now know certain things that make a successful market. It has to have access to the public, whether that is a car park or whether it's public transport or if it's surrounded by apartment blocks where people can just come down and access the market. So that's a very key, that's the first thing we look at. Yeah, it can't if it doesn't have any of those three, then it's an absolute no-go. Because we put just as much effort into a market that is successful and huge as a market that may not be as successful or huge. So I think the future of Cambridge would just to continue to work on the successful ones that we have, work out which ones don't work. We work that out very quickly, and actually I think we get to the point now that we don't even start those.
Continue to put on great events.
Yeah, just keep putting ones on. I mean, I would love my girls to come into the business eventually. They have their own ideas of what they want to do, but they've always got a backup of our business to come in later. And I just think we'll just keep going with Cambridge markets until we die.
Main message is to do whatever makes you happy, and then, like I think each of us have shared, then the job no longer doesn't feel as much like a job, and it's a passion, and what else we can't imagine what else we would do with our days. So and that's because we enjoy what we're doing. So you've got to find something that you love, and then never feels like you're working a day. Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.